Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Ivana Hughes. I'm the president of the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation, an organization that since 1982 has stood for a just and peaceful world, one that is free of nuclear weapons. And I'm really absolutely thrilled to welcome you to this historic youth forum. And also just to say how sad I am that I'm not with you in person in Astana in Kazakhstan, but I am with you in spirit, and I more than welcome you and cherish the opportunity to just speak to you for a couple of minutes and then let you off to do your very important work. You are gathered from different parts of the world. You are in Kazakhstan to think deeply and hard and long about the issue of nuclear justice. This is an issue that has been very important to the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation for decades. It's also very important to me personally. It's not an issue that has a simple answer, but I think it's one that you should grapple with and engage with as you also engage with one another and build those bonds that will help you on your journeys towards nuclear justice, but on your life journeys as well. I want to speak a little bit about the partnership between Kiribati and Kazakhstan because it is so inspiring to me personally, their role and their leadership in bringing the issue of nuclear justice, not just leading it in the forum of the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, but also in other fora like the United Nations General Assembly with the recent resolution that they've put forward last fall. It's just a really important work. I think that there is a deep, deep connection between nuclear justice and nuclear abolition. In some sense, we really can't have one without the other. It is those lessons of the nuclear age, not just the atomic bombings in Japan, but also the nuclear testing era in Kazakhstan, Kiribati, and elsewhere, that inform our understanding of why nuclear abolition is not just a moral imperative for the nuclear age, but actually an existential imperative. And at the same time, it would really be, I think, if we make it, and I believe we will, to a world free of nuclear weapons without actually acknowledging the harms of the nuclear age, without attempting or achieving nuclear justice, I think that would be an injustice to all the work that we're doing anyhow. So while we must protect future generations, we also must acknowledge the harms that have been done and continue to happen. So let me just come back to Kazakhstan and Kiribati for a moment and that inspiring partnership. I really love just how different the two countries are. One is by many standards, not all, but by many standards, tiny. For example, in population size and the amount of land, Kiribati is a small country. Kazakhstan is, by many standards, a very large country. One is surrounded by the biggest body of water on our planet, by the Pacific Ocean. The other is surrounded by the largest landmass on our planet, the Eurasian continent. But despite the many differences, cultural and otherwise, again, I think what they have in common is not just the history of suffering, but also now the inspiring leadership and doing that in partnership with one another. When I first became interested in the issue of nuclear testing, it was actually through another Pacific Island state, Marshall Islands. And as I came to learn more, so I sort of knew a lot about the Marshall Islands, and then as I came to learn more about other places that have been impacted by nuclear testing, it became very, very clear that the stories of suffering, while there's so many kind of historical facts and details in different contexts, when you kind of strip the stories off all those details, you really just see how similar they are. And so what I hope for you is that you will have a chance to share those stories, to help each other understand the stories of your own families and your own communities. And I also want to recognize that talking about something that is hard can be very hard. But at the same time, it can also be liberating. And I think it can go from this notion of thinking of oneself or one's community as victims to thinking of oneself and one's community as leaders, and leaders in this, I don't like the word fight, but I often find that it's the best word to describe what we really are trying to do, which is fight for a world with nuclear justice and fight for a world free of nuclear weapons. So I want to just thank you again all for being at this youth forum. Wish you the most engaging and meaningful time together. And I hope to meet many of you sooner rather than later. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye-bye.